Good day, everyone. Welcome back to another lesson of oral communication in context. For today's discussion, we will talk about the functions and purposes of communication. For today's objective, we should be able to explain the basic functions and purposes of communication. So, the functions of communication refers to the particular purpose for which a thing is used, something exists, or a person fitted to meet his or somebody's needs or desire. We have at least five basic functions of communication. So first is control. Control is to exercise restraint or direction formally or informally. This happens particularly among members or acquaintances. Using communication to regulate or control means you use verbal or non-verbal cues to manage an individual or group. Next, we have social interaction. In social interaction, communication allows acting and reacting to the behavior of the people around us. By revealing our thoughts and feelings, we elicit reactions from others. So, one of the reasons why we communicate is to connect with others or with ourselves. Social interaction and emotional expression are the most used form of communication. The third function of communication is emotional expression. Communication makes possible the release or unloading of emotions, resulting in catharsis. It facilitates people's expression of their feelings and emotions. So, emotional expression is also a form of communication, as with how you talk with someone depending on your relationship. Emotional expression can also be communicated differently depending on how emotionally close you are to the person. Next, we have motivation. Motivation is the energy that influences a person's behavior in different ways to pursue his goal or objective. It encourages people to live better. So, to motivate means to stimulate people to act on their goals. However, the motivational kind of communication can work in two ways: positive or negative motivation. And the last but not the least, information dissemination. It is the most basic function of communication that provides data and information for effective completion of tasks, solution of problems, and elimination of uncertainty. Information exchange is also the core reason why we communicate. Information is needed for an individual to build a harmonious relationship with others and with its environment. And now, for our next topic, we will talk about the purpose of communication. First we have is small talk. Small talk is a form of non-threatening communication that may be used to affect social interaction. In other words, small talk is only used for casual or light conversations. Here are some of its purposes. First, to break the ice or to do or say something to relieve the tension. Second, to get acquainted or to start to know someone. Third, to establish a relationship or friendship. Next is the light control talk. The light control talk is the tactful use of power to get results and may be used to motivate people. Light control talk is also used to persuade. Its purposes are to direct or to guide, to seek but not force agreement, and to legitimate authority. Third, we have the heavy control talk. Heavy control talk is designed to place blame or to control or regulate people. This creates defensiveness on the part of the receiver and is rarely, if ever, appropriate. Its main purposes are to blame, to attack, to threaten, to coerce or to force persuasion, and to demand. Next is search talk. Search talk is another non-threatening approach when you want to gather data or the consensus of others to be able to provide information. Its main purposes are to center an issue and to examine and clarify an issue. And the last and fifth purpose of communication is straight talk. Straight talk is good for problem solving and conflict resolution. It may be used to facilitate emotional expression for catharsis, which is the act of purging, cleansing, and uploading of ideas and emotions. Straight talk is usually done with people you have a bond relationship. Its main purposes are to concentrate on the here and now, to focus on an issue, to share feelings, to acknowledge feelings, and to accept without judging. So that's it, but before we officially end our discussion, let us have a summary of what we have learned today. Again, we have 5 basic functions of communication. We have control, social interaction, emotional expression, motivation, and information dissemination. Next, the purposes of communication, we have the small talk, light control talk, heavy control talk, search talk, and straight talk. Also a reminder that the activities for these lessons are already indicated in your modules. Upon answering, please follow your weekly home learning plan. Remember to write your name, section, the subject, and the activity number of the modules. So again, I hope you had fun and learned something from today's discussion. Thank you and see you in our next lesson.